not in Dallas nor in Denver. Once upon a time, there was a little German town in the south of Germany called Herzogenaurach, where roughly 100 years ago, two brothers built an empire together only to tear it apart 24 years later. But why? What happened? Let's go back to the origin of the Dassler saga. By the way, Dassler, which was their last name, the Dassler brothers founded the Dassler Schuhfabrik, the Dassler Shoe Factory, in 1924. At that time, the little village, their hometown, Herzogenaurach, had about 5,000 residents. Herzogenaurach is about 2 hours north of Munich. So the origin of these two epic sports brands have not been in Italy or Paris, but in a 5,000 resident village in South Germany. Think of it as a German business saga rivaling the famous 80s series Dallas with the Ewings, except this fight was real and the stakes were never higher. This is the extraordinary saga of the Dassler brothers, a story of innovation, ambition and an unforgiving split that changed the world of sport forever. Let's go back to the origin of the Dassler saga. Rudolf was born 2 years before Adolf in 1898, and Adolf, his nickname was Adi, was born 1900. Rudolf, or his nickname Rudy, was a sales talent like Steve Jobs, whereas Adi was more a technical guy. Here there might be one reason why they have torn their initial success 24 years later. As we all know that sales and technical departments have sometimes different ideologies. What else happened? To be honest, we don't know. All we know is that Adi and Rudy were married and there was World War II. I don't take part of the Nazi bullshit some other videos put into the Adidas Puma story. All we know is that from 1948 they were going different ways. Adi with Adidas and Rudolf with Puma. In this 2-minute short, I will focus on the marketing coups with which the two brothers made sports marketing history. The first major brilliant marketing maneuver was with Jesse Owens at the Olympics 1936, when the two brothers crafted a shoe especially for Jesse Owens with 6 thin spikes inclined outwards and helped with this craftsmanship to win 4-time Olympic gold in Berlin 1936. 34 years later, after the Dassler brothers had a brutal separation in Adidas and Puma, Puma asked Pelé, the best football player of all time, before the 1970 World Cup semi-final, Brazil against Peru, to bend down and tie his Puma boots just before the kickoff so that the cameras worldwide would focus on the Puma shoes. This marketing coup was a huge success for Puma, leading to a tremendous increase in sales figures and boosting brand awareness. But on the flip side, this coup unfortunately sharpens the rivalry of the two brothers and companies, as there was an agreement not to compete in sponsorships with players, especially not with Pelé. Stay with me for 2 more minutes to hear about the crazy story when Maradona showed up in Herzogenaurach. I very much appreciate if you could leave a like and subscribe to my little channel. That really means a lot to me. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Maradona once called ahead to Puma's headquarters in Herzogenaurach to say he wanted to pick up some items from their warehouse. The Puma team was then surprised when a bus suddenly appeared on Würzburger Straße in Herzog, when about 20 of Maradona's friends from Naples showed up and they all wanted to take something from the Puma equipment. According to Helmut Fischer, Puma's advertising chief at that time and the guy on the prior photo signing with Maradona, the scene was incredible as they sorted out shoes and clothing for about 20,000 euros. Fischer, who worked closely with Maradona during his time at Puma, Maradona had been under contract with them since 1982, recalls this visit with very good humor. Fischer really enjoyed the memory and thought back on it fondly. After 60 years of rivalry and thousands of Olympic medals and championships, German sportswear giants Adidas and Puma have ended their feud that began after World War II. Employees from both companies shook hands and played a mixed football match in the hometown of Herzogenaurach. The event, supporting the Peace One Day organization, marked their first joint activity since 1948. And I would like to end with the words of John Lennon, "Give peace a chance."